Hey, this is Emily. Welcome to Red Goddess Tarot, and we are reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, Aquarius, for December 2017. Also, I'd like to make note that I'm doing free readings for all the month of December. I've had a lot of requests, so just bear with me as I get through them all. I had a surprise visitor over the weekend, a family member, so I'm a little behind, but it was a nice visit. So, also we had a supermoon on December 3rd, the full moon in Gemini, and we had Mercury going in retrograde the same day. So, basically it just encourages you to look at what doesn't serve you anymore, release it, let it go, be grateful for what it did serve you for, what you learned from it, and then also making room for the new and letting things go and accepting the new challenges and new insights, new anything in your life, new people, places, things, and welcoming those. And also with the full moon or the supermoon in Gemini, Mercury in retrograde creates a lot of communication breakdowns, a lot of problems in communication, whether it be technology, how you're actually communicating with people via your actions and words, and all of the ways that you can communicate with people. And so Gemini being in the energy of the supermoon in Gemini encourages you to break through those barriers of Mercury in retrograde, the communication barriers, and speak your truth. And so, just, think before you speak kind of thing. Make sure you're speaking your absolute truth. Be confident in that, and know that it is, and do everything for your highest good, always. So that being said, let's get into the reading of for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for December 2017. We use the Rider-Waite as the main deck, Witch's Tarot to clarify, and then Dorian Virtue, Angel Oracle cards, advice cards to clarify if need be. So what we do is we line out the energies of the first week in 3 cards, second week in 3 cards, third, fourth, and those energies kind of flow through the rest of the month. So I just ask you to take some deep breaths. Allow your intuition to guide you. Ask your spiritual team for signs, signals, whether it be a noise down here in the basement. There's always noises. However those signs come to you, whether it's something I say or something that resonates with you, just ask for signs, signals, and from your spiritual team, however you identify with that. And to keep an open mind, I encourage you to watch the entire video, as they do tend to be a little longer, but that's because they're pretty thorough, and we're speaking to a lot of people, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. So if Aquarius, say you're an Aquarius Sun, your sun sign is Aquarius, but say you have Capricorn as your rising sign, and there's some stuff that resonates with you, but watch the Capricorn video if you have strong Capricorn and Sun, Moon, Rising, or whatever your Sun, Moon, Rising is. Maybe this video isn't what's speaking to you. Watch the other video for what your Sun, Moon, Rising is. So just keep that in mind as you watch this, that those are important aspects of your chart. So just see what resonates with you and where you're guided. And if you clicked on this, it was for a reason. So like I said, I encourage you to watch it. So let's get into the energies of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising for December 2017. What are the energies for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising for December 2017? Do one more. What are the energies for Aquarius for December 2017? Sun, Moon, Rising. What are the energies for Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising for December 2017. What are the energies for Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising for December. One more. Okay. So let's get into the first week. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, that glare is so bad. I'm sorry. We have the Knight of Pentacles in the first week. And we have the Ten of Swords. Okay. And we have the Page of Swords. There, Page of Swords. And we have the Nine of Cups. One of my favorite cards. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. For the second week. And we have the Five of Cups for the second week. We have the King of Cups. King of Cups for the third week. And we have the Six of Cups for the third week. We have the Three of Cups for the third week. So we got a lot of cups. A lot of cups. We have the Empress, Major Arcana. Okay, for the third week. We have the Eight of Cups for the third week. And we have the Eight of Wands for the third week. I'm sorry, the fourth week. Fourth week. And underneath the deck, there you are, Aquarius, the King of Swords. King of Swords. That's underneath the deck. That kind of gives me the underlying energy of this month, what's guiding it, what's guiding your cognizance, you know, what's the theme of what's driving the energy for this month. And it seems that what's going on is that there is a lot of self-awareness going on and finding your true purpose. What are you put here for is what I'm getting. And I'm seeing challenges and certain things that are, they are challenges, but how we respond to them is what determines, you know, kind of the outcome of things. So, and outcomes are never final. They just take us to the next level. So in all of this, I'm encouraging you guys, I feel compelled to say this, of, you know, this is a big learning month for you is what I'm seeing. So each one of these cards is going to be, you know, what are you gaining from this that helps you achieve yourself, you know, the development of yourself, because it seems like that's what a lot of you Aquarius are going through, is what's making you yourself, and you know, experimenting and being challenged and helping you grow into this self, you know, this divine entity that, you know, has a lot of experience. It seems like these experiences are building who you are, and you're just now aware of that. You're becoming aware. I feel like saying that. You're becoming aware of a lot of things. And that's not the entire spread. So let's get into the system of this spread and clarify, okay? Because I'll have a better idea of what's going on whenever we clarify. So what are the clarifying energies? So clarify, okay, let's start over. Clarify the energies of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising for December 2017. Please clarify the energies for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, December 2017. Please clarify the energies of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, December 2017. One more. Please clarify the energies. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, December 2017. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising for December 2017. Okay, that one wants to come up. Okay, so we have the World, Major Arcana, to clarify the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, let's do a couple more. Okay, please clarify the energies for Aquarius for the month of December 2017. Sun, Moon, Rising, Aquarius. Please clarify the energies of Aquarius for December 2017. One more. Please clarify. Okay, so we've got the World on the Knight of Pentacles. We have on the Ten of Swords, we have the Two of Pentacles. Okay, Two of Pentacles on the Ten of Swords. On the Page of Swords, we have the Ten of Swords. Okay, and that mirrors that Ten of Swords. So you have the Ten of Swords here and the Ten of Swords here. So they're mirroring each other. The Nine of Cups, to clarify that, we have the Six of Swords. On the Ace of Pentacles, we have the Eight of Cups. And you also have the Eight of Cups down here. So those two are mirroring each other. On the Five of Cups, we have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups. Okay. On the King of Cups, we have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands. On the Six of Cups, we have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups on the Six of Cups. On the Three of Cups, we have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles on the Three of Cups. On the Empress Major Arcana, we have the Nine of Wands. We have the Nine of Wands. On the Eight of Cups, we have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. On the Eight of Wands, we have the Hermit. Major Arcana. Okay, so on the bottom of the deck, of the clarifying deck, we have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords. All right. So, move this over. So with those energies underneath the deck and seeing what I see so far is a lot of you in this process of growing within yourself, you know, figuring yourself out, figuring aspects of yourself out. It seems as though you've put so much focus on yourself that, and this is not meant in a bad way, it just seems that you're unaware of people that you've let in that are kind of responsible, or that you've allowed. I'm not going to say they've contributed to a lot of your, you know, a lot of your dismay, a lot of your depression, a lot of your anxiety. And, you know, it just seems that, you know, the Nine of Swords here is see, she's laying down. She's been bit by a vampire. You know, she's at it. So it kind of tells me that some people that we've allowed in our lives, or situations we've allowed in our lives, have kind of drained us of everything. You know, that's kind of the card of, you know, being attacked by a psychic vampire, or, you know, just someone that kind of drains the life out of us, that doesn't have our highest good in mind. That's usually somebody that's very selfish, that we've allowed in our, you know, that uses things for their own gain, that doesn't use things for the gain of the highest good of everybody, including themselves. So I feel like this is being, you know, challenging you to be mindful of who those people are and who you need in your life and who don't. Who's enriched your life, who have we allowed to take from it. So with that being said, let's go into the first week. So we have the King of Pentacles in the World. No, I'm sorry. I keep getting tongue-tied. The Knight of Pentacles in the World. So the Knight of Pentacles is, you know, as I've said before, anytime you have a knight in your reading. There's a challenge amiss. There's a test of sorts, and you have the world with it. So, what this tells me is that you are nearing, or you're in the completion of a huge phase in your life, or a huge point of, manifesting something to its complete potential, and so soon you'd be needing to let it go. And so what I'm feeling here intuitively is that you're lingering in this energy of completion, maybe for too long, and it's time to let it go. Time to let the completion of this phase go and on to the next phase is what I'm getting for a lot of you. For some people, for some of you Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, is the challenge or test here is to get to this next level of completion of a phase or of a challenge, and appreciate it. Some of you are not realizing that you're actually in the completion phase of a situation, whether it be spiritual, material, mental, emotional. Okay, so you're being tested here, or challenged. So the challenge is to rise to the challenge and not ignore it or evade it, but to accept the challenge. See what this Knight of Pentacles is trying to show you. Why are you being challenged by something? It's usually showing us something that we're going through that needs to be addressed. That's why challenges happen, is because something needs to be addressed. Something needs to change. Okay? So, let's look at the energies for, the rest of the week. And you have the Ten of Swords here, okay, and the Two of Pentacles. So, what tells me is that you're juggling two different things here. And this juggling process has put you here, okay? So you're juggling two ideas, or two people, or two energies, and having to constantly go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth has left you here. I mean, just completely not even having surrendered, just being victim to the attacks of others, because you're too busy trying to balance two energies that maybe don't need to be balanced. Maybe they're just, two opposing things that exist in the same realm. Instead of juggling them, just accept them for what they are and let them go. I feel like you're trying to take things into your hands too much and control things. I feel like that's a big issue right now, is that you're trying to control things that are out of your control. Okay? Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. We're trying to control things that are out of our control. Okay? And you have the Page of Swords and the Ten of Swords again. So you have the Ten of Swords here. So you're juggling something. So let's get into what you're juggling. Okay? It seems like, okay, you have the Page of Swords here, who, the page kind of represents an innocent kind of novice energy of, they're not exactly the King of Swords, but they're on their way to that completion of the phase. So I think in this journey of self, I think there's been challenges that, you've taken on, that ego got in the way. I feel like a lot of ego got in the way of these challenges. And now, there's nothing wrong with it. You didn't do anything wrong. There are no mistakes. There's only opportunities to learn in this life. So, that is just, letting you know maybe why things didn't work out the way you did. You're trying to control, this ego. Now, the ego, in my personal opinion, it can serve us, but the ego usually has itself in mind. Okay? So maybe, releasing the ego this month would be a good thing. Releasing the need to control your environment to feed the ego. All right? the Buddhists adhere to the belief that, or the philosophy, that the ego, that the death of the ego is necessary for enlightenment, okay? So if this is the path that you're on, I feel like I'm talking to some of you, that a lot of you are seeking some enlightenment in arenas of your life. Well, where is the ego? Where is the unevolved ego? Because the ego will always be a lower level of ourselves. Okay, your higher self observes the ego, it accepts it, it doesn't judge it. But, you know, it's a time to release release your ears to the voice of the ego. I feel like I'm getting a lot of that from this, because I feel like it's not serving you, it's putting you here. Okay? So, let's move on to the second week. Okay, so we have the Nine of Cups and the Six of Swords. So, the Nine of Cups tells me that, I mean, usually this card has the connotation and the description that, you know, the energy behind it is, it's like a manifestation card. And like, you know, being happy within what you've created. So, in that, I feel like you're leaving a phase in your life, you know, and this reflects the world that you have up here with the Knight, the challenge of, you know, because you're leaving this particular energy. It's not serving you for some reason. Maybe some of you are moving, or wanting to move, and you're actually making action towards it. Okay, but whatever this energy is, I feel like isn't serving you anymore. And I feel like that the ego has a lot to do with it. I feel like this energy right here is feeding the ego too much. You've been lingering too long in this energy of, you know, look all I've built. Well, to everything that is built, you know, I mean, you can either stay there, and because the only thing constant in this world is change. So lingering here, there is no room for change. So what needs to be changed in your life so you can build up a new project, a new means of happiness, a new means of completion? You know, it's just time to move on from whatever isn't serving you anymore and just accept it for what it is and leave it there. And always use it to your highest good, always. So you have the Ace of Pentacles here and the Eight of Cups, okay? So it seems as though in the second week of December, you've had a call to awaken. You know, you've got the cups here, so you had the Nine of Cups before. So it seems like there's been like this divine calling, you know, which is like, here's this gift from the divine, which is, you know, this is total earth manifestation right here. The manifestations of earth and its purity. It's so pure. It hasn't even been touched by anything. And it's a gift that's being given to you by the divine. It seems like you hear this call, this new calling, and you've turned away. You know, you're turning away from this place that you were, this ego-centered place, into something new. You're being called to something greater. And it's a divine calling. I feel like you sense that there's something greater out there for you to discover that's more than just the material world. Even though it's going to manifest itself in the material world, this is definitely a spiritual experience. Some kind of like spiritual call to awaken. That's what I feel like saying for some reason. Okay. So, let's move on to the Five of Cups and the Seven of Cups. Okay, so there's been a lot of disappointment. For some reason, you're not seeing this gift for what it is. Or maybe you're looking back towards these spilled cups, okay? But look, I'm going to reveal these. These two are still standing up. That's where your blessings lie and what still stands. okay? Maybe you're looking back on the manifestations of your past and you're not happy with how they ended up. Well, guess what? We're not living in the past, we're in the present. And these are your present, these two cups right here. There's two, seems like there's some blessings that you're not being made aware of. And what this card tells me is there are blessings among you, and they're all blessings. And this is almost like telling you, stop. Like, look around you. Look at the beauty around you. Look at everything that you have in your life. Are those not blessings? Actually, anything can be turned into a blessing if you so choose to see it that way. That's the challenge of anything, is challenging yourself to see things for how they can be changed for your highest good. Because I tell you what, lingering in the past and what you should have, could have, would have done, that's not serving you. That's a trap that we've made for ourselves. Okay, so you have blessings all around you, and they're all blessings. Even these cups down here are blessings. Even things that we feel are mistakes are blessings. Because guess what? Did you learn something from it? Did you learn how to get better at something? Choose to challenge yourself to see things. Even things that look like burdens, or things that seem like they don't match up with you. They don't match up with your highest good, because they do. They all do. But you got to choose to see the learning experience in it and how you can become better. What is for your highest good? What's for the highest good of others? Okay? So let's go into the third week. We've got the King of Cups and the Three of Wands. Okay? So this King of Cups here, I feel like is... I feel like you're waiting for this king. I don't feel like this is a person. I feel like this is an energy. I feel like it's a creative energy. I feel like a lot of you, and I know I have a brother who is an Aquarius, and he's so creative and so freaking insightful. Like, I mean, my brother is rad, okay? But, like I said, this is for all Aquarius, but, you know, I know that Aquarius are very creative, deep thinkers, very intuitive, just very insightful people. They're kind of the eccentrics of the zodiac. They are like the shamans of the zodiac. You know, they're called to see things that most people don't see. So with that being said, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, you're out here seeking for a creative, because, you know, cups represent emotion and creativity and art, and, you know, a water energy. And I feel like you're waiting on something, on a creative energy, or maybe this could be a person of a water sign. That's a water sign. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Maybe you're waiting on this particular energy or this particular person. Okay, maybe that's the source of, you know, your unhappiness right now, is waiting and waiting and waiting and not realizing there's two other wands behind you that need attention. There's other things in your life that need attention. I feel like that there's kind of an obsessive quality of sitting here waiting and waiting and waiting. Well, I mean, we can sit in the waiting room all our life, but life's still happening out there. I think this energy is encouraging you to pick up a racket and join the game of life, and not sit here and wait on life to happen to you. You happen to life. Okay, so either you're waiting on an inspiration through creativity, or you're literally waiting on a person. That's probably a water sign, probably Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, or someone that has that strong in their charts. Okay, so let's get into this combination of cards for the third week. We have the Six of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Okay, so what this tells me is there's a lot of reminiscing of past times with you and a particular person. And it seems like this is a romantic relationship. That all the cups were there. That this is, I mean, that's the card of like twin flame soulmate stuff, okay? This card. This is the card of nostalgia through childlike energy, childlike innocence, just purity. So you're remembering a time with this particular person that, brings you a lot of happiness. But it's nostalgia, okay? And there's nothing wrong with being nostalgic, but how much are you lingering there? How much are you desiring the past instead of accepting the present? Because there might be something in your present that trumps it all. You never know. I'm just saying, everyone's got their own experience. So I feel like there's an energy of lingering in this past relationship or this current relationship that, anyways, that past energy, maybe it's not serving you anymore. Release it. Bring in the new energy. See what is coming in as a result of that energy. Bring in the new. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with reminiscing, being nostalgic, like I said. But, you have to proceed with caution because it's easy to get stuck there or feel physically, mentally, emotionally drained because you're obsessing over something or you're desiring something that is of the past. Okay? We have to make room for the new. Okay? Because usually the new has something greater to offer us. Because we're always on.
It's 9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock. All right, so the Three of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. Okay. It's kind of an interesting energy here. I feel like that going back to this energy of the Ten of Swords and the Two of Pentacles, maybe you're juggling two people and two ideas of people. Okay? So the Three of Cups usually alerts me that there's three parties involved. You and two other people. So maybe you're having to juggle the energies or the actual physicality of two other people. And you're having a struggle of which one do I pick? Which one do I pick? I'm just going to juggle the two and see what's... Well, okay. Let's back up on that. Two's company, three's the crowd in anything. Now, yes, these people are celebrating the picture, but I really don't feel that that's the energy going on. The Page of Pentacles is, here to let you know that they're kind of like this graceful presence that is like just here aware. This is like the messenger. Pages are messengers. Okay, this page here is basically the messenger of that, warning you that these are material and they are of the past. Okay, so it's just a messenger of awareness, letting you be aware of actually what you're doing, what you're allowing. And that is that in the material world, she's encouraging you to look elsewhere, look within yourself for, you juggling two different ideas, two different people, two different energies isn't serving you. It isn't. I can tell from these cards it's not serving you. It's actually taking away. But we can't blame other people. We can only take responsibility for our actions and our thoughts. So, that's that. Okay, going into the final week, we have the Empress and we have the Nine of Wands. So it seems as though a few of you, like the Nine of Wands is also like a challenging card. But a lot of you are protecting this. There's one particular energy that you're protecting. It's a feminine energy. It could be male or female, but it's a feminine energy. Men can have feminine energy. Women have feminine energy, but a woman can have masculine energy. Like I'm an Aries, for example. I have a lot of masculine energy. So for some reason you're protecting this. What world was that? I have no idea. Like I said, weird stuff, weird noises down here all the time. So what are you not allowing yourself to see? What are you protecting? Why are you having to protect this particular person or energy? Okay? Why are you clinging to it so much? Are the questions to ask yourself. What is this How is this position serving your highest good and theirs? You know? But this attachment to this energy or person is putting you in a combative role. Now maybe you need that. I don't know. But I would think not. Just because, you know, this stance of hypervigilance and, you know, protecting from a hypervigilant standpoint, it doesn't seem like a real positive place to be. So just be mindful of what you're holding on to, what you're trying to protect. People can protect themselves, unless they're children, you know, but I don't feel like we're talking about a child here. So what are you protecting? Okay, so let's go into this energy, the Eight of Cups and the King of Pentacles. Okay, the Eight of Cups means that you've kind of left, you know, you had the Eight of Cups up here too, this card. That was on top of the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so the King of Pentacles could be an earth sign that you're dealing with. You know, the Empress represents the total earth goddess, so maybe some of you are dealing with a man or woman or a feminine energy or masculine energy that is of the earth. You know, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But it seems as though you realize that this energy is not serving you anymore. Or this person is not for your highest good, and you're not for their highest good. And it seems like you heed this call of like divine and intuitive vibes that you start getting, like, okay, it's time to cut the corner. Also, what I get from this is that the material world that you've built up around you, yes, it's great and wonderful, but there's something missing. There's something missing within yourself that you go in search of. Okay, so you've kind of left the world of the material for insight as to who you really are and what's going on with you. So this tells me that, you know, you go on a, you know, you go to seek. You're seeking right now. You're in seeker mode. Okay? Which takes us to the Eight of Wands and the Hermit. Okay, so these wands right here, are like pointing to, this is like action through thought and swift action, traveling. And this is telling you to travel within yourself, or travel to a place where you can be alone with yourself. Get alone with yourself. Okay, the Hermit. It's time to look inwards for your answers, because you're not going to find them out there. All your answers that you have ever needed are within. Okay? So this card is challenging you to relinquish the illusion of your responsibility to everybody and everybody else except for yourself in the material world. Because the only person that you can be responsible for 110% is yourself. And the only way that we can evolve and to our highest good, to our higher selves, is by going within and getting to know who we are within, even if we have to do it through means of isolating ourselves a little bit. Not isolating, but detaching. I feel like that's a big word, is detaching from the material world, okay? Master your thoughts, master your emotions, and therefore you can master your actions. Have all those become congruent, okay? So, let's do one clarifier card for the first 2 weeks and one clarifier card, angel oracle card, for the second half of the month. That's kind of what I'm feeling. So, let's ask the angels, the Doreen Virtue angels. What is your advice for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, for the first half of the month and the second half of the month? 2 cards. What is the advice for the first half of the month and the second half of the month for Aquarius, December 2017? So please give us advice for the first half of the month and the second half of the month. And 2 cards for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, December 2017. Okay, cut them. What's the advice? First half of the month and second half of the month for Aquarius, December 2017. One more. Okay. So for the first half of the month, we have improving health. Improving health. For the second half of the month, meditation brings answers. So, what this tells me is that in the first two weeks of December, the first half of December, you're going through a period of getting out of this energy of being totally down the scale, okay? So your mental health, your physical health starts improving. So in that, you go into this energy of the second week and you go into an introspective phase, okay? So meditation brings these answers, the hermit, okay, what we just talked about. So go within. Your answers are within. And I leave you in nothing but blessings, light, and love. Okay? So, hold on, I just messed up here. Blessings, light, and love. And happy holidays to those who celebrate. Those who don't, I wish you the best of December. And may the new year bring you all that you need to achieve your highest good. Okay. Take care. Love you all.